Hi, in this video we're going to install FFTW on Windows. FFTW is an FFT library and it's free software released under the GNU GPL. So if your project is also free software and also released under the GNU GPL, then this is the FFT library for you. They do also offer a commercial license for proprietary projects, and you can find out more about that on their website. Okay, so this isn't a complicated process, it's quite easy, but the instructions aren't too clear for a first timer, so I'm just going to walk you through the steps. Before we start, I'm assuming you have Visual Studio installed. If you don't, you'll need to go and install that first. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is go to our web browser and go to fftw.org. So this is the home page. We can see FFTW is a C subroutine library, and it was developed by MIT. If you want to know more about the licensing, you can read that on the FAQ page, but we're interested in the download page, so we'll go to that link. Then we're going to click here where it says Go Here for Windows. And then we're going to download this zip file. So this is for 64-bit versions of Windows, which is almost certainly what you're using, but if you are using a 32-bit version, then you'll want the first zip file. So we'll download this one. And we can close our web browser, and we'll go to our Downloads folder. So this is it. We're going to extract it here. And we'll delete the zip file. We're going to rename this folder to fftw3. So we have some files in here. They're not so important just for the moment. We can just move that over to the side. And we're going to open a new file manager window. We're going to go to our C drive, Program Files, Microsoft Visual Studio. And rather than going into specific folders, I'm going to search through the folders that are in here. That way, if you're using a different version of Visual Studio, it should still find the same file that we're looking for, but it might be in a slightly different location. So we're going to come up here and we're going to search for lib.exe. So two results have come up here at the top. We're going to go with the second one. The first one is the 32-bit one. The second one should be 64-bit. So we right click and go to Open File Location. And we can see in the address bar it's x64, so that means we have got the 64-bit one. If we go up one folder level, we can see that there's an x86 folder here. And that's where the 32-bit version would be. But we want to be in this x64 folder. And then the file we're looking for is this one here, lib.exe. So this is a program, and we're going to run it, and we're going to pass it these three files that end in .def, and that's going to make them compatible with Visual Studio. So what we're going to do now is open a terminal. So I'll hit my Windows key, type CMD for command prompt, and hit enter. Next, we're going to copy the address of our FFTW3 folder, and in our terminal, we're going to type CD for change directory, quotation mark, paste that location, another quotation mark, and hit enter. So now within our terminal, we are actually browsing this folder here. Okay, now we're going to find that lib.exe program again. There it is. We're going to drag that into the terminal, and it's going to run the executable from within the terminal. But before we hit enter, we need to give it the file and the command that we want it to run. So the command we want is /def:, and then we can give it one of these three files here. I'm just going to type it in, so it's lib fftw3-3.def, and we'll hit enter. Okay, so that's worked. It said it's created the library and the object. So now I'm going to hit the up cursor key on my keyboard. So that just brings back the last thing we typed. And now we're going to change this slightly. We're going to go back and add an F after the first three. So now we're doing this file here. So I'll hit enter again. And then we have one more to do. Instead of F, we want L. Okay, and that's it done. So now we can close the command prompt. We can close this lib folder there. And now we just need to find somewhere for our FFTW folder to live. We don't actually need all the files in it, but I think it's just easier just to keep the whole folder. So I'm going to right click, I'm going to select cut. I'm going to go to my C drive. I'm going to go to program files, then common files, and I'm going to paste it in here. So the FFT3W folder is in here. If you have somewhere else where you keep external libraries for your projects or for the particular project you're working on, then you can put it in that location, but I like to keep it in common files and then I can share it between different projects. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to set this up in Visual Studio. I'm using JUCE as my framework, so I'm using the Projucer application to manage my Visual Studio project, but I'll show you how to do it directly in Visual Studio as well. So from within Projucer, you want to go to your exporter, so in this case it's Visual Studio, and under extra preprocessor definitions, I'm going to add audio FFT_FFTW3 equals 1 to enable FFTW3. And then under debug, I'm going to go to the header search paths, and I'm going to put in that location where we put the FFTW3 folder. So if you put it in a different location, that's what needs to go here. And I'm going to copy this and also put it in the extra library search paths. And I'll copy it again into the release tab. So we'll put it here and here. And then we need to go to the modules. And we need to go down to JUCE DSP, scroll down, and make sure JUCE DSP_shared_FFTW is set to enabled. And make sure JUCE_DSP_use_static_FFTW is set to disabled. Okay, and then I'm going to click this button to save the project and open it in Visual Studio. Okay, so now we're in Visual Studio, we'll just go to build, and we'll just do a quick debug build to make sure it's working. So I'll clean the build, and then we shall do build solution, and I've got debug selected here, so it's going to run a debug build. Okay, and we can see that the build succeeded, so that worked. Now, if you're not building a JUCE project or you're not using Projucer to manage your project, I'm going to show you how you can add FFTW3 directly inside Visual Studio. So how you can add those references to the extra linkers and the header file search paths. So we're going to go over here to the Solution Explorer. We're not going to work with this one. We're going to work with the actual app within the solution. We're going to right click on it, go down to Properties, and in fact, it's already open for me here, but usually it would just look like this. So you'd go down to where it says C++ and click General. And this section here, Additional Include Directories, you'd click on this and select Edit. And then you can add it inside this list here. It should already be there. There we go. So it's already there for me because I set it up in Projucer. But this is where you want to add that folder here. And then you want to go to the linker section, go to General, and in this section here, Additional Library Directories, you want to do the same thing, Edit, and add the FFTW3 folder in here. And you should be good to go. Okay, that was how to set up FFTW3 on Windows in Visual Studio. I hope these instructions were nice and clear for you. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below the video. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.